Come on, Vincent, what do you think of it here tonight?
Well, it's another great night here in Ballyfermot tonight, Ken, and I think it's one of many events this year during the Ballyfermot 70th celebrations. We're having the mini World Cup here. I know the World Cup is over in Russia, but it starts here in Ballyfermot tonight in the Lawns Park. It's great to see so many kids out and about. It's a joint initiative between the City Council, the FAI and the local soccer teams and individuals around the Ballyfermot Cherry Orchard area. But I think anything that brings people out onto the streets for the right reasons is a great thing. And we slowly but surely we reclaim our parks when we have more events like this taking place, and it's just upwards and onwards. I mean, it's been a great year for Ballyfermot, and I think by the end of this year I think people will look back with great pride in how we've celebrated those 70 years of Ballyfermot. And we're in a very historical park here in Ballyfermot tonight, and I don't have to tell you the old castle and the old church and the graveyard and all. And I was only talking to someone recently, I believe a former Lord Mayor of Dublin was buried here in the Lawns Park in the 1770s, and I'll get some more proof of that from the city archivist Mary Clark. And a bit of history, I suppose, taking place here, but hopefully these are the Ronaldos of the future here that we're looking at tonight. I mean, the Republic of Ireland team needs a few good players.
Well, certainly Ballyfermot team is doing us proud here, hasn't he, with all the...
Absolutely, absolutely, and lovely weather and all, thank God, so we've a lot to be thankful for. Sometimes the glass is half empty for a lot of people, but it's half full. At the end of the day we should be grateful for the things we have. It's only when things go wrong in life that you realise how much you do have, to be proud of,
That's great, Vincent. Thanks very much.
No problem at all, Ken. No problem.
Okay, I'm going to start the stopwatch. You ready to have a go? 3, 2, 1, start.
How are you, Andy?
How are you doing, Ken?
Does this bring you back some memories of that?
It is indeed, Look, it's great to see the young lads on the lawn now after all these years.
Isn't it fantastic, isn't it?
Even look at the dressing rooms, look at what we had way back, And
what teams were you with?
Well, I haven't said that now. I am from Lower Ballyfermot, still down there, but I was with Paddy Dwyer and OLV right up till I was about, I'd say 19. I joined the army at 19 and I had to stop, you see. So like I've done 26 years in the army, but I did come back after a few years, and then I was with Ballyfermot United. We managed schoolboys under 18 and 19, under referee shield with them and all, which was great, And the great thing about that was I ended up doing physio with the Ballyfermot senior team for years then. Fardel McCook was there, Tom Abbey, all them, all legends now, Tom Shea Power down there. Ballyfermot United are running this at the moment. But John Cleary, people might remember John Cleary, he's from Lower Ballyfermot, League of Ireland and all that. He asked me would I do physio in League of Ireland for him. So then I ended up with Kilkenny City for a few years, and then, could you believe, Martin Bailey from Ballyfermot. He was with Home Farm. I ended up doing it for Home Farm, then Home Farm Everton. It's kind of like come full circle then. I'm in my 60s now and I'm with the Leicester City.
And this is bringing back loads of great memories.
This is unbelievable.
Isn't it? It really is. Ballyfermot are doing a great job on it.
Even simple thing to see kids wearing bibs, like way back in the 60s, what was a bib? Things like that.
Like a coat, game of coats.
That's right, the small nets and all. It's fantastic.
Fantastic, That's great.
You can feel it there now. Look, I still do a bit of running, by the way, but I wouldn't be able to run around the pitch anymore. Yeah, my knees are still grand.
You might strip off here and towards and get in with them, huh?
The over 90s. I'm not that old.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Ken.
Great.
Thanks.
You're over from Balbriggan
I am, yeah.
and you're with the FAI.
Yeah, my role is I'm an FEI development officer also with Dublin City Council, working in the Dublin region, specifically the Ballyfermot area.
Yeah. And they're doing a great job here tonight.
Ballyfermot, you know, yeah, doing a great job.
Fantastic.
Some great coaches in there. They've done a lot of coach education with myself and that. So, and they're doing a great job, as you can see. A lot of players playing football.
Yeah, and would you be involved with any other teams now here in Ballyfermot? Are you involved with Cherry Orchard?
Yeah, Cherry Orchard. Any clubs that look for help off the FEI, we'd go in and help.
Brilliant.
We help them with their club structures. We help them with their coach education. And of course, if there's any good players, we look to get them into the international setup, which we need.
Yeah, and this is a great setup here now, isn't it, tonight?
Well organised, you know, with the rope around the side, pitches marked out properly. You know, I work closely with Ballyfermot United building up to this. You know, with a couple of the board members, ensure that everything runs smooth on the night. And in fairness, everything is running great. You know, so they've done a great job. I just come in and sort of guide it. They really implement it. So you can see they're a well structured and organised club.
That's great. Fair play to you. Thanks very much. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Okay. So much don't play. Back up! What are you doing there? Jump! Like that! Jump! 1, 2, 3, keep going! You have to pay attention. Last out! Last out! Give me 1, 2, 3. Jump! Last out! I'm going again. Who am I going again? Going to Oscar, right? Last up! Last. Back up. Come on. Brilliant. Put your foot in it. Excellent. Go. How are you, Daddy? How's things?
Things are good. Delighted to be here this evening. Loads of kids out playing football in Ballyfermot. It's great.
Terrific. And you're from Clover Hill, you say?
I was born and reared in Clover Hill in Raheen Park there, and I bought a house in Ormore Road there recently.
Come on, and you played with Clover Hill?
I did. I played with Clover Hill boys and Sandra Coker and Tony Woods for years and years, yeah.
And you were telling me you have a bit of history behind you, haven't you?
Well, I have a bit of history with Ballyfermot United, yeah. So, although I use the Roachta as that's Irish for roach, and my granddad was Arthur Roach, and Ballyfermot United started out as back garden on 66 Colmar Avenue, so what used to happen was the row leagues were kicking off, and my granddad, you would have had Tommy Riley and Joe Kelly and things like that. They all came together. So it started out there. The dressing rooms were out the back garden for years and years and years before they got the big clubhouse there across the way. And yeah, so that's our history with Ballyfermot United. The family were involved with the club right up into the building of the clubhouse, and my uncle Larry would have been secretary of the club and things like that. Yeah.
And what, they strip off in the shed and run out here to the...
Literally, yeah. So they'd strip off and get ready in the shed out the back, and also they'd be carting the goals across on their backs as well, and they'd set up the pitch and or what you'd find for away games, they'd all be meeting down at my granddad's, and they'd jump on the minibus and they'd all go off wherever they were going. But yeah, they'd be getting ready in the sheds at the back as the changing rooms, and as I said, the goals were there, the committee meetings were in the sitting room, everything. Brilliant, so yeah. Brilliant.
I say you must be very proud of what your granddad helped to start here today.
Extremely proud, and it's weird when I was going around canvassing, the amount of people that said, "Oh, you're Mr. Roach's grandson," and it was really nice to see how the fondness that people still had looking back and reading books like yourselves, that Peter Abbey did, or reading Paul O'Brien's book and things like that. So when they mention me granddad, it's very proud, and it's very nice for us as a family that people still remember what they did, because as I said, the likes of the Roaches, the Rileys, the Kellys, they did an awful lot for football, and the Wogan, they did an awful lot for football in Ballyfermot. An awful lot of there's loads of stories about how there's actually only football pitches here and there's no GAA pitches here. My granddad going fighting for things like that. And as I said, no, the nostalgia, it is nice when you speak to people and they remember them. And as I said, I was honoured when Stephen Quinn, the chairman of Ballyfermot United, asked me to come up today and tomorrow now to present some medals and do something like that, because as I said, it is a nice link,
Well, no better man, Dahi.
Thanks a million,
very much.
Take it easy. Cheers.
Oh, here's the Manchester United fan. Well done. Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan. What's your name? Charlie. Charlie, who's your favourite player? AJ. Alright. Now, AJ, you're Charlie's favourite player. Well done. Samson. Come on, Sam, you coming up. Who's your favourite player? Liverpool, and you're wearing a United jersey. Now, what's your name? Well done. Congratulations.
Here's Molly.
Yeah, what's your name, Molly? There we go. There's your medal. Well, Sean. Now, who's next for that medal? What's your name? Him. Who's your favourite player? Man United. Oh, well, here's Liverpool. I love Liverpool. What's your name? Jack, congratulations. Well done.
Well done, Jack.
Well done.
Callum.
Callum. Oh, Callum's a Barcelona man, are you? Do you like Barcelona? Ronaldo. He's gone to Juventus. Yeah? You're going to be like Ronaldo when you grow up?
Mason.
Mason, how are you? Congratulations. Well done.
Charlie.
I know Charlie. Charlie, well done. Who's your favourite player? Yeah, we love Liverpool. Kaelin, how are you? Well done. Congratulations. Liverpool, yes, well done.
Amber.
Who is this? Amber, congratulations. Oh, we get off your big bun. There we go.
See, that's a little fella's Hardy.
Oh, Brazil.
This is Ryan.
Ryan, how are you? Are you well? Who's your favourite player, Ryan?
Me. His brother Dylan.
Brother Dylan, still a good player, is he? Yeah, is he good? Well done, congratulations. Taylor, how are you? You brought your ball and all up, did you? Congratulations.
And this is Katie.
Katie, is Katie a Pats fan, is she? Oh, I like her over.
Hey, you have to go over.
Now, there we go. Congratulations. Come down and do the big we just now, what's your name? Bobby, well done. Congratulations. Now, what's your name? You're the keeper. Well done. What's your name? William, did you score tonight, did you? Score 2 bangers, did you? Fair play. Well done. Did you score tonight? Yeah? What's your name? Paul, well done. There's your medal. Well done. What's your name? Charlie, super stuff tonight. Well done. Oh, here's the goalkeeper, is it?
Yeah.
Did you save any penalties?
Yeah.
How many?
Like 18 or something.
18 penalties? Jesus. Oh, here's a Man United fan. Would you not support Liverpool? No? They're much better than United. Well done. What's your name? Peter, well done. Congratulations. What's your name? Ryan, did you score tonight, did you? Yeah? Many? Banged one in with your left foot, didn't you? Yeah, well done. What's your name?
Yeah.
Well done tonight. Well done. What's your name? Well done. Congratulations. What's your name?
Morgan.
Morgan, super stuff today. Well done. What's your name?
Callum.
Callum, super stuff. Well done. Congratulations. How are you? What's your name? Right, how many goals you scored tonight? None? Maybe next night. What's your name? Jason, well done. Congratulations. What's your name? Callum, well done. Yeah, what's your name? Well done. Congratulations. What's your name? Hi. Congratulations. Well done tonight. What's your name? Caniola. Well done tonight. You scored any goals? 3. Well done. Yeah, what's your name? Sean. Congratulations. Well done. That was brilliant. What's your name? Luke. Where are you from? Yeah. Well done, Luke. You did well. Score? Trey, well done. What's your name? Ed, well done. Super stuff tonight. Score? No, go. What's your name?
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley, yeah. How are you doing? Well done. Congratulations. Oh, this is
Jeff,
well done. Did you score? 3 goals. Well done. Bobby, well done. Congratulations. What's your name? Dara, well done. Congratulations. Ah, yes, finally a Liverpool fan. How fine. What's your name? Callum, well done. Congratulations. How are you doing? What's your name? Leon, well done. Congratulations. Oh, look at this. I think we have exactly the right number. What's your name? Connor, well done tonight. And what's your name? Adam, congratulations. Well done. Brilliant.
How are you, Connie?
You
were telling me you were here when you were 5 years of age.
Yeah, I was born into Ballyfermot. I was born into Ballyfermot, and then I was here until I was 5.
Yeah.
Now I always remembered the day then that we had to move. I hated moving because we'd lovely bushes out the back, and then we had to put stuff in bags and go over then to the new house. But we had a 2-bed. And the bath was in the kitchen, and Daddy put a bit of timber on the bath, and that was our table. So there was only a sink and like the bath with the wood on it for the table, and the cooker. And like Mammy had to make toast, and she had to hold it with a fork over the gas. Because you didn't have a grill. So then when I was about 1.5 I got scarlet fever, and then I ended up in Cherry Orchard for about 6 weeks. But thank God they saved my life type of thing.
And you were in number 46?
Number 46.
Common Road, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. And can you remember any names?
Oh yeah,
there
absolutely.
then?
Well, my friend Derry lived up the road, and she was just a few houses away. They were Grahams. Now they actually moved over to Artane with us, and when we moved, but I loved over here now, you know. And then we used to go get the bus. Mum and me used to get the bus then down. You'd walk down the road and just get the bus. Now there wasn't many buses in those days, you know.
And history has repeated your daughter and your grandchildren.
Yeah, so then I'm out here every week now with the grandkids, and I'm up here with the football and the swimming and everything else, and the boxing they're doing.
It's come a long way since you were here, wasn't it?
Yeah, it has. But I know there's still that Ballyfermot spirit.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? And there's the great get up and go and kind of continuing with the young kids, and I love all that.
Brilliant.
You know, I love all that with the young kids.
That's
and
great,
kind of
Connie.
keeping them. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It was
very good.
Great meeting you. Thank you. How are you, Shay?
I'm good, yeah. Good.
You're chairman?
I'm chairman of Ballyfermot United, yes.
Yeah. Are you long? Are you long chairman?
I'm doing it for the last 3 years now, for my sins.
Yeah. And who were you playing with in your younger days?
I signed for Ballyfermot United in 1976, and I've been with them ever since.
My God.
I've been a player, coach, assistant manager, committee member, and now finally chairman.
Fair play to you.
You know, so they can't get rid of me.
Yeah. And it's going well, is it? The whole club
great.
now?
The last couple of years we have some great people in there with our schoolboys section, and it's really coming on leaps and bounds. As you can see tonight.
Oh, fantastic! This is bringing back memories to me now. You know, it is the five-a-sides and
the old road leagues.
Yeah.
So it's really great now, you know, and. As I say, our own club with the new people we've brought in, John Bellman, Phil, lots of people, you know, coaches, and they're really bringing the kids on leaps and bounds.
Brilliant, yeah. And you're from the Avenue, are you?
Ballyfermot Avenue.
And did you play with the Avenue?
I did play with the Avenue for a few years.
I think I have a few wounds on my leg from you, do you know that?
Before I signed for Ballyfermot, I was at the Avenue.
Brilliant. Yeah. These are all the medals for the lads?
So, for the couple of nights that we have here for the younger kids, Ballyfermot Heritage are going to present each kid with a medal for the night for participating.
Yeah, fair play.
So everyone's going to get a medal.
They'll all walk away with something.
It's something tonight, tomorrow night and Thursday.
Brilliant.
So it's great, and as you can see, it's great for the kids. Everyone is enjoying themselves. Even the weather is staying good.
I think I'll rob a medal and pretend I won it, you know. Thanks, Jay. Thanks very much.